You can even look at
your
me.
chai. Yeah.
Got my chai.
I've got my chai. You've got your chai. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to a very special episode of Chit Chat and Chai. With me, my name is Numan, and this is Shahzad. Welcome you again to our podcast. And today we're speaking about something that it seems everyone is doing, everyone online is doing, everyone's talking about it. It's traveling. Traveling is something not strange to a Muslim. Traveling has been done by many, well-known Muslim travelers before. People who have, traveled all over the Middle East, all over North Africa, all over Asia, and have set paths for the people after them. Do you know of any, those famous travelers?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Prophet alayhi salam is one of them.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yeah.
Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He actually advocated for traveling, I believe. And ever since, we've had various nomads,
Yeah.
many of whom are famous,
Yeah.
many of whom are actually Uyghur as well.
Okay,
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Shameless Uyghur plug.
Yeah, well,
Very,
look,
very
I have to get it out there, because we're actually known to be a nomadic kind of civilization since the creation of our community back in the 1400s. And yeah, I think honestly, with traveling, and we've kind of had a prompt here, is traveling a Muslim's duty? I don't think you can necessarily link it to Muslim's duty, but you can actually get a lot of benefit from traveling.
Yeah. So what are some benefits of traveling firstly? If you wanted to really travel, what would be a benefit of traveling? Why? Why do you want to travel?
First and foremost, I reckon if you're a curious individual and you're looking to kind of widen your perspective on things, traveling is like one of the most optimal ways of doing that.
Okay.
Because yes, you can read, you can watch movies, you can consume content which shows a different way of things or has a different ideology. But honestly, if you're out there in the real world, if you're touching grass and then you're actually like getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's where the real learning comes
So
from.
really physically pushing yourself. Like there are things that you could learn by being in another country that you can't learn by watching a movie about that country. So for example, like if I watched a full movie and it was about how beautiful Malaysia or how beautiful Turkey really was, and I was really into it, or maybe it was a series and I kept going back to it and I learned more about the language and the culture and the scenes, the landscapes, you don't think that's the same? It couldn't ever be the same?
Never.
Never?
I think, honestly, I get a lot of inspiration from vloggers, like people who go themselves to different countries and record and then post on the internet.
Yeah.
But
especially those brave vloggers that visit Xinjiang and have, exposed the lies. Yeah, what China calls Xinjiang.
Yeah.
But East Turkestan, they're very brave for doing that, those vloggers.
You can call them brave. At the same time, it really depends on what their intentions are. It really links back to what your intentions are as well. Because if you're going to East Turkestan and your main objective is to just kind of show that, this is where the Muslims in China live, and kind of like portray it as everything is okay kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's actually like doing a disservice. You're actually like not doing any service to any people who are watching
Absolutely,
it.
yeah. They're very, you could say, just sometimes selfish, sometimes quite ignorant to the struggles of many people. But I mean, I'm talking about those vloggers that say, look, we want to expose the truth.
Yeah.
We think that there's something deeper, something hidden going on in what East Turkestan should be. But China's depiction of it, China's, closed doors, smoke and mirrors, that kind of false perception that they put for a lot of vloggers, it's going to corrupt the minds of the public, of the millions of people who might be watching those vlogs. Or even just the news about it, So I think it's good that we have more, and I think we were talking about this last time, we have independent vloggers or we have independent people who are there to shine a light on, you know, those really taboo or just under the carpet kind of topics, you know? So I think a Muslim, if they have it in their blood and they're really energized and motivated to travel, that should be their duty. You know, like you asked, it should be our duty as a Muslim, if we find ourselves to be travelers, to uncover the truth, to do it with the best intention to, you know, dismiss and just totally contradict all of the propaganda that might be thrown at us, for example, by the Chinese government. You know?
Yeah, like it goes back to my initial point when I was saying, if you're traveling with the right intentions to kind of widen your perspectives, discover the truth for yourself, not something that's like a second-hand source or secondary source, for example.
Yeah, there's so much fakeness you can't believe.
Yeah, so you can only know so much through the camera lens, right? Like this is kind of contradictory to what we're doing because we're sitting in front of a camera and telling you what's happening. But
I guess so.
But at the same time, you kind of have to be self-aware. Like if you're doing content, if you're making content, traveling content, for example, you gotta be like truthful with what you're putting out there, because people are impressionable, especially kids that watch your stuff, your content.
Yeah, it's quite sad. We can get quite attached to the geopolitical, you know, climate of all these other countries, their relationships with each other. Like an American vlogger might go to Afghanistan or another country, and they might just totally destroy it because their government doesn't like the country, for example.
That bias,
But I feel like I've spoken to so many people who are Afghan, who have been to Afghanistan, and non-Afghans. For example, the Mufti here at Darul Arqam, Mufti Ziyad, he's been to Afghanistan. He's got the best stories to tell about all these really generous and really kind-hearted people. And you wouldn't know it if you just looked at movies and if you just looked at those vloggers from America or wherever, the mainstream ones I'm talking about. But the ones that really want to just show what the truth is, they'll do that, you know, and they will find the truth to be something they didn't expect, something that is totally the opposite of what they've been fed for so long. Absolutely. And it's good to see. We want to see more of it.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah.
So now you were just traveling recently. Where did you go?
Good question. Actually, it was domestic. So first time I've actually traveled domestically for a while.
Okay.
So I went to Adelaide. I'm not sure if you guys know. It's like a little town here in Australia, on the south of Australia.
Okay.
You guys would know Sydney and Melbourne for sure. Maybe Brisbane, like Tasmania. But not a lot of people actually heard about Adelaide.
Adelaide, but who might not have heard about Adelaide?
Well, I mean, like Uyghurs know Adelaide.
Uyghurs do,
yeah. Uyghurs know Adelaide because that's where Uyghurs reside mainly.
That's the second
They used to call
Urumqi.
it Little Gulja.
Oh, Little Gulja.
Yeah. Because that's where all like that's my hometown. That's my parents' hometown.
Yeah.
It's literally where all the Gulja people went. Like this century, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Why did they go to Adelaide? Or why did they come to Australia?
It was just because somebody decided to go to Adelaide initially, and then everyone just followed. That can be like one of those things like mass migration, like somebody kind of pioneers.
Yeah.
Everyone just follows behind.
We should definitely talk about migration and that kind of concept.
It's part of traveling, Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Well, So would you say you're a big traveler? Are you a frequent flyer?
Frequent flyer, absolutely. But I mean, we kind of drove to Adelaide. So
okay.
It's a frequent driver.
What took you to Adelaide? Was it family?
It was.
Yeah.
100%.
Very good.
So actually, like, I hadn't seen them in maybe 3 years because they came to Melbourne like 3 years ago after COVID. It was when restrictions kind of like loosened.
Of course. I feel like people are getting...
They had the travel itch, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
The travel itch.
Or even, I don't know if this is a term, but like revenge traveling, because you feel like you didn't have a chance in 2020.
You know, like make-up prayers? They do make-up traveling.
Interesting. Well, that's exactly it. Like people are like, man, I missed out. I didn't get to go to India or China or wherever all my friends are going. And so now I've got to go now, you know, like it's now or never. Oh, they might close the borders again, or who knows, you know?
You never know, man.
Yeah.
You never know what they're cooking up in the labs in Wuhan. They might be doing another...
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But anyway, so you mentioned you went for family. Tell us more about that. Like, do you feel like it's a Muslim's obligation to travel far and wide just to see family?
I think that's one of the most sincere reasons. So there's a term, silat al-rahim, where pretty much it refers to, there's a concept, it refers to like the visiting of relatives, mainly to kind of like strengthen your bond with those relatives, maintain your relationship with your relatives. And that has a lot of barakah as well. So it has a lot of sawab as well, because
the reward, the thawab.
Yeah, the thawab,
Of course.
So if your family is your blood relative, and you're traveling for the purpose of visiting that family, then that travel is facilitating the strengthening of your relationship with that family, and then thus it becomes highly,
recommended. It's super promoted in the Quran as well, in Surah Nur. You know, we're told not to sever or cut the ties of kinship. Our family, our mothers and fathers who might not be able to see us every day face to face, they're not in the same city, for example, it should be our duty, if we know where they are, to venture out to find them. And then Allah puts barakah in that journey. So many people go through all of these bad journey stories where they're like, oh yeah, the taxi, we got scammed and we lost our luggage and this and that. I feel personally that you wouldn't encounter half of those things if you are doing it for a reason full of barakah, and that reason is visiting family. That should be the first reason why you travel. And now if you have been blessed with, firstly, the ability to travel, secondly, a family member who's overseas, could even be your cousin, could even be an uncle or whoever, you should tell yourself, I'm doing this so I can see them. And then it makes it so much more pure. When you see that person, you finally get to see them. Because every travel, I believe, every travel will come with some sort of struggle. Like you will go through some sort of minor calamity or some big mistake you made. Now you gotta do everything again. For example, like you might have a big deal, but when you finally get to your family, it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? It's there, it's always being there, it's waiting for you. You just gotta know how to get there, but the struggle is worth it.
Speaking of rainbows, we actually encountered one on our road trip to Adelaide. And maybe that was the pot of gold, was the family in Adelaide when we got there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, it's something we really have to treasure. Like this family that we have, any family. And I mean, you could even take it another step further. You could say that all of our brothers and our sisters in this ummah, this community, this global community, we're realizing how global and how interconnected we are, especially with the easiness of travel in the 21st century. I mean, we have to make the most of that, really. Like, we have to connect with our brothers and our sisters in Islam, traveling far and wide just for them. I think it's important. I think maybe it should be our duty. Not something like an obligation, but something really, recommended. Find that person that you want to travel for.
Yeah.
Travel to them.
Absolutely.
Find the people you want to travel with and travel with them to a place where you can actually learn something.
Yeah.
Not a place where you party and you go, forget your deen, but a place where you can remind yourself of the deen, but also gain something, learn something, and experience something you couldn't experience in your home.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Now that's my experience. I kind of wanted to know more about yours. I know you have a more oriental kind of taste for travel.
Yeah, I mean, I love traveling.
Bit of
like
Eastern Asia.
Eastern Asia. I've been to, I suppose the highlights of my traveling experience in my life has been going to 2 countries, but I'll start with Japan. That's a popular destination for literally almost everybody. Japan is very clean, it's very safe. I could talk about it for hours, but I mean, you have people who pray. I mean, they meditate every day almost. They are very clean. They're very humble and modest in their clothing as well, especially. And they're just very polite and respectful. They have different ways to address their elders. They have different ways to dress around people who they respect. apart from saying the Shahada, these people are basically Muslim. They're Muslims without the Shahada. I think.
Interesting.
They're so welcoming as
Right.
well. Like they just won't judge you.
So what you're saying is they have the virtues of Islam, but not
100%.
necessarily the, I guess, the theory behind it.
100%. I mean, I traveled.
Yeah.
So what I did, I started in Osaka, which is towards the west of Japan, the main island, and then I rode my bike. I bought a bicycle in Osaka, and I rode it all the way to Tokyo. So it was about 8 days
And
on the
what was
road.
that for? Like, what was the main intention behind that? Just to kind of get fit? Or?
Just to
Yeah,
just to
kinda
get that
do it for
feeling.
likes?
Yeah,
Likes?
I mean,
Likes on social media? No?
not the social media attention.
Okay.
It was, well, actually, I had a campaign.
Alright,
I wanted to
interesting.
spread awareness about the Uyghur
Okay.
genocide and spread awareness about the clothes and other products we can boycott.
Interesting.
And I still want to keep that up to date. But that was one part of it. The other part was, you know, I always heard about how Islam was growing in Japan, especially the amount of reverts in Japan. Fun fact, when I was in Osaka, the Osaka Masjid, they told me 1 to 2 new reverts come to Osaka every week. So we have 1 to 2 new people accepting Islam every week at
Every
that
week.
masjid. Just that one mosque. If
That's
you can
50
imagine.
people a year.
You couldn't imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's a
And
lot.
then there's a lot of mosques in Japan as
There
well.
are
There's
so many
There's probably
mosques.
hundreds a year.
Yeah, you could say that, inshallah.
yeah.
And you know, there's a beautiful, so from Osaka to Tokyo, there was a trail of masjids, very beautiful masjids.
Wow.
And I got the
Did
chance
you pray
to
in
sleep.
any of them?
Yes,
Yeah,
of course. I got
course.
to sleep over at the masjids, the people there.
Wow, mashallah.
And they're mainly migrants, by the way. So they're not all like Japanese locals.
Yeah.
There's not actually a lot of them.
Didn't you interview
that
someone as
stay there?
well?
Yes, I did. I'll get to that
Yeah.
one as well. But there's many Sri Lankans, Indonesians, Turks, Pakistanis, and you know, people from all over South Asia who run those mosques. They live very close to it, and there's this beautiful community. They're all united by Islam. And then I finally got to Tokyo Jami. Jami is Turkish for masjid or mosque.
Yeah.
And I met my friend Shamsuddin. He's a revert, Japanese revert. He came to Australia. That's how I met him to study. And then he went back to Tokyo, and I got to see him there, subhanAllah. And I did a little interview with him. I would love to have him on the show, or even just like
Why not?
a Zoom interview
Yeah.
on the show.
We'll get guests on sooner or later.
Inshallah, yeah. And so that was the main purpose of my travels, was to see how Islam was growing in Japan, and it turned into a beautiful experience. I highly recommend it. Buy a bicycle, take the risk, and just cycle, just do it. And Allah, I can very, very much assure every person, Allah will protect you, inshallah, because you're doing it for His pleasure.
Your
You're doing it in
intentions are in the
pursuit
right
for
place.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you're there to spread da'wah for a good purpose, your intention is clean, I feel like you're just under Allah's watch always, under Allah's protection.
Absolutely.
And so it's a great gift.
I mean.
Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
was good. That was
thanks
really,
for
that was
telling
really
me
nice.
about your experience. I haven't even known any of this until now.
What?
So yeah, like that's how much I
Okay,
know
cool.
about your traveling.
Really?
This is really good to kind of share experiences as well.
You know,
Yeah.
I have a relative. He's my dad's cousin. He's Jordanian. And he's lived in Japan, I think, over 20 years now. And he's mashallah, is quite a successful businessman. He helped me in Nagoya, so he lives in Nagoya. And he gave me like a room to stay in, to sleep over. And mashallah, you know, like that was an enriching experience from a familial, like, you know, family-oriented sort of point of view. Like
Yeah,
I really,
like we were saying,
it was good to see him.
a familial connection overseas.
It's one worth
Yeah,
chasing.
absolutely,
100%.
yeah,
Because then you've
absolutely.
got a whole, like, you know, people usually, they spend time trying to learn a language so they can understand the country they're going to visit more, or the community they're going to visit. But if you've got a family member there or a very close friend in that country already, you've got that door right in front of you, basically. You just got to, you know, ask them, can we just hang out together?
Yeah, and you don't
It's as
have to
simple as
pay
that.
for an Airbnb or anything.
Well,
I mean, if you're
think
not
about it from that
particularly
perspective.
like, you know, maybe if you're Turkish or if you're like Central Asian, you're definitely not paying for a hotel.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. You
you
want
definitely-
someone
yeah.
overseas. You're right. That was a very Turkish statement of mine. But
Yeah.
it's not to take advantage of them, but more so to say, hey, I'm coming. to
Yeah.
see you
No,
and
of
to visit
course.
your beautiful culture, which you've got. You know, we're Australian. We're a bit too far from the rest of the world, I think, in Melbourne.
Yeah.
But you know, when family does come to us, it's our duty. That's our duty to welcome the traveler,
Absolutely.
to really host the traveler.
100%.
So that's the duty of a Muslim that cannot be ignored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah. A lot of people would go to Japan because of like to kind of buy things because it's cheap.
True.
Eat
Oh, it's
sushi.
sort of cheap. I guess.
Go to like one of those anime manga stores and just completely fill up their suitcases until it like becomes
Yeah.
literally
They'll leave with a half
unfathomable.
full
Yeah.
suitcase and then come back with an entirely full suitcase.
entirely full, maybe even 2 or 3 suitcases.
Yeah, they might have to buy extra
I had
luggage.
people in
space.
my previous travel experiences come with 1 suitcase and leave with 3.
Wow, that's
but
the life of this Gen Z, I think,
It is,
of this
yeah,
generation.
but
Sorry,
if you're leaving with yeah, Gen Z.
we are Gen. I mean, I'm Gen Z as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know what I am, but anyways, if you're leaving with actually like experiences to tell over a cup of tea or chai, for example, that's like so much exponentially better than a suitcase full of just rubbish that you're never gonna like.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you're talking about
use.
those experiences that you have and the chats that you have with those
That's
those
the
people.
best souvenir that you can give to
100%.
somebody.
100%. All the people who smile at you, you smile back. Like that's not only is that a sunnah and is that your fulfillment of an Islamic, tradition and duty, but also it's something to cherish. It's a memory that you can make. Like for example, I was in Indonesia, so this is probably my second or even my first favorite travel experience. I lived 5 months in Indonesia, and I got to learn the language. And as the months progressed, and I got more and more fluent, alhamdulillah, I had so many more experiences and interactions unlocked. It's like a video game where you have to learn a skill to open the next door or to get to the next level, like you've got to find the key. And I felt like, wow, language really is that key. You know what I mean? Yeah. I 100% recommend learning that language of the country you're going to visit, just so you can experience the country to the fullest.
Absolutely.
It's such an unforgettable experience.
And not to mention languages open up new pathways in your brain.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it's kind of equivalent to learning like mathematics, for example. Like
strengthens your brain.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a really good skill.
So there's so much like barakah in it, so much like rewards and everything in traveling.
Yeah.
If you wanted to move on.
Well, I think I mean we have our last topic, and that's social media and travel. Do you think those two things should mix? Just take it as you hear it.
I guess I can give maybe a story, like kind of explained what these two have in common, right? Like because I see people, like the algorithm, right? Okay. And how vloggers kind of appeal to the algorithm.
Yep.
They know what people like. They know what the majority likes, the masses.
It's a bit sad, but yeah.
But like they go viral for that reason. So if you're going overseas, traveling is not like a niche hobby. A lot of people like to travel.
Yeah.
Because, that's just what humans are. We like to kind of experience new things.
Yeah, of course.
But like we were saying, what is the reason? What are you doing when you're traveling? A lot of these like viral vloggers, what they'll do is just, I noticed 3 things, like from vloggers such as like Spanian, and, he's very popular here in Australia. If you haven't seen him,
quite a character. Yeah.
If you haven't seen him, I would recommend checking him out. He does produce good stuff, but he also knows how to cater towards the algorithm. So one of the things that he'll often do when he goes to a new place is he'll go to a restaurant and he'll taste test the food.
Okay.
Yeah. So
he is a restaurant owner. I think he owns a kebab joint.
But that only happened after his fame.
Right.
So I think the food aspect of countries is why a lot of people go. Like that's pretty
and you're
much,
saying those food vloggers and travel vloggers, they just come together when it comes to social media and traveling. Like that's their main thing. Like they just want to show off. Is that what you're trying to say? Like they're just there to say, oh look, I'm eating this cool food. Yeah. You can't get this because it's not authentic where you're from. You're probably from the West, where you have a mimicry of this authentic, insert country here food.
I have nothing against like food reviews. I actually enjoy them if they're done
cool.
in good jest.
Yeah.
You know,
Just review videos in general,
yeah.
like they're pretty cool.
yeah, like it's kind of like digestible content. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of fast food content, but
Right.
literally fast food content, right? But yeah, it really depends on like what your intentions are. If you're doing it just kind of like, you know, you're doing it just because, oh, I have this food, I'm showing off, and or you're stuck in like Melbourne where all you have is like your coffee. Yeah, so
it is sad. I think it's not a very good thing to intentionally put FOMO into someone's mind.
No.
And FOMO is, I mean, it's a destroyer of ourselves. It really corrupts our soul, I think, because we should be content with everything we have. I mean, in Australia especially, we have so many luxuries, alhamdulillah, and it's said in a hadith that true wealth is found in contentment or something like that. And so the point is though, if we're content, we're happy, we're grateful, we say alhamdulillah, meaning all praises to Allah. At the end of every meal, we're content with what we just did the whole day. That's wealth. You know, that's real richness. That's something where we can be satisfied with. But to see all this stuff on social media, to put FOMO into someone's mind, and just to consume it and take it on and then actually act on FOMO and then try to one-up someone else, that's just, it's just not right. It doesn't feel good. It's a toxic thing as well.
No. Yeah, it never really sits well with me either, to be honest. And what's the point really? Like, because if you really look at what's happening around the world, like, you could literally be going to a really third world country.
Yeah.
You could literally stay at the best hotel in that third world country and show that everything is fine, but then you walk outside 5 meters and you see homeless people everywhere, people like literally lining up for a piece of bread.
Yeah, that is sad.
Iraq, for example, or like Syria recently.
Yeah.
If you're going to Syria, I see a lot of people just show like the city and like their food. But like you don't know the reality of what's happening behind the scenes.
That's true. I'll say one more thing. Yeah. In Jordan, I went to Jordan this year, and it was an eye-opening experience. Really, really, just raw hunger. Like it was so in your face because I went to the Syrian-Jordanian border, and you see Syrian refugees who are there. They live in tents. They fight over the last meal or the blanket that they, you know, sometimes there's a mix-up and one person thought the blanket was theirs, the other thinks it's theirs, given to them by humanitarian aid groups. But then the 2-hour drive towards the city, you'll see these people eating great, luxurious, grand dinners.
Yeah.
They're eating the best food, the best meat. And it's so sad.
And
it's
that's
like,
where vloggers usually go to.
what can you do? I know. Yeah, you're right. People are shining the light mainly on all of the luxuries of that country just to make themselves feel good, to make the country look good, I suppose, if there's a partnership going on. But it's just a sad reality we can't ignore, that there are hungry people outside our door, right outside. You open the door, you have a look, oh, there's a starving person, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe not so much in Australia, but in a lot of Middle Eastern countries, you'll find exactly that. And like, what can you do, really? Like the Jordanian people, can one person travel 2 hours every day or every week and drive to those camps and say, here, look, I prepared all of this food for you, here it is. Can they do that? It's just a question. Can you? I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't if you live there. But it's time will tell, you know, who knows?
But will they do it?
Will they do it? You're right. Maybe, I think a lot of people really can.
They could.
A lot of people really could if
like,
they wanted to.
Logistically speaking, they could, but will they? That's the thing. It really depends.
Yeah. I mean, are we? Like, you know, like, we've got our homeless shelters. We sort of forget they exist sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a hypocrite. We can try our best to donate. I feel like that's a small but very significant step at times, and if it's something consistent, it can actually be beneficial. But is that really all our part? Is that all we can do? I don't know. Allahu A'lam. Like, we just got to do our best.
Absolutely.
So
and I think that's a good way
message,
to kind of end things.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
That was really good.
Well, I do hope you, the listener, really enjoyed and found something productive.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Chit Chat and Chai. We forgot to say what chai it was, by the way. It's Diplomat green tea.
You better use that chai. You've been holding it like.
Yeah, Diplomat, because we're
right.
international
Diplomat.
relations.
International relations. So yeah. Look, you do a global studies degree. This is where you're gonna end up.
That's where you're gonna end up. Yeah.
Drinking chai. Anyways.
Chit Chat and Chai.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for listening to another episode of Chit Chat and Chai.